everyone, how is everyone? How are you going? I know it's a bit of cliche, it's actually a live stream before a video. But my name is Noelle Joy. Call me Noelle, call me Joy, either or. I will respond to both. As you can see from the title, it's Il Makiage foundation. I've been scrolling through Instagram and I keep seeing that Il Makiage ad. Like it's about this, I think it's like Sarah, someone being so shocked how it actually works. And I've just been like exploring foundations, especially on events that I want to go to. I usually don't use foundations just because it makes my face cakey. I've got a weird sensitive combination, dry, oily face. And so I've never really used much foundation. I try this and there, put so many like primer, or what was the other one? That's not really, like, some of them are just moisturizers. That's way too oily for, like, especially around my nose area around here. And like it's a bit of a struggle. So I've been watching all this video, well, not really all these videos, but I've seen this video in Instagram. I'll show you guys. It's called Il Makiage, it's by the title. It's pretty crazy. It's recently just been in my Instagram. I don't know how long it's been. I think it's been since probably a couple of years ago that they've already started, and they've been popular then, or probably a few years back, 4 years, I'm not sure. I really should have like researched before I bought it, but like I just got caught on the video like so many times, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna try it, I'm gonna give it a try. There's so many times that I've like looked at the actual site, like wanting to buy it, but I've like hesitated so many times. But now finally I actually am like trying it on. I bought it last week actually. It came yesterday, so I was really excited. It's got a pretty cool packaging over here. But I'm going to show you guys. I don't know what impression, you might think it's a clickbait. That's what I thought at first, but then I was like, you know what, I might give it a try. It seems legit. I wasn't sure if it was legit or not at the very start, but I'm gonna show you guys the video of it. So it's over here, this one. I'll pull it out.
This foundation covers everything, but it still looks like skin. Insane. Looks so natural. I took that 90-second quiz on their website to match me perfectly. It feels like I have nothing on my face.
I have always been super self-conscious about my skin, especially now that you can't get...
And it looks legit. I actually don't know if I'll be copyrighted with this one. But put it on the camera back again. But yeah, it is supposed to be good apparently. So we'll figure it out. We'll find out. So yeah, I pretty much took the quiz. It had a few questions. It was like, what is your skin tone? Is it more yellow, more red? Are you oily? Are you dry? What color of jewelry usually matches your skin? Is it gold? Is it silver? All those shebangs. I don't know if I tried to answer it as best as I could. There were a few questions that I wasn't sure. I think it was asking if I was yellow undertone, like my undertone skin is yellow more or red. I wasn't sure, so I just put I'm not sure. And then they asked, if you look on your wrist, is it like, do you see green or purple or blue? But I was like, I can see both. So there was a mixture. I think it was a blue green, but then there's only green or purple or blue and purple. I can't remember, but I know it was in the option, so I just said I'm not sure, help me out. And they the result was that I was shade 60. So I am going to see and find out. I've got this packaging over here. I'm just trying to open it. And by the way, just a note, don't put your audio, I don't know if I'm so quiet, don't put your audio all the way up, because I have got 2 dogs that are barking so much at the neighbors, like when they make noise, because the neighbor currently is doing some work in the backyard, and it's just pretty loud. It's like little machineries going on and everything. I think he was welding. So here it is. It's so cute. I've never bought stuff online, actually, like makeup wise. So here's the package. That's how it looks like. It's got that printing in the middle. I'm not sure why. I'd usually assume it would be over there. But and when I bought it, $70, $77. I think it's $69 with like plus shipment, so it's $77 in total. And it said it was gonna come with a foundation with a little gift. So I'm gonna find out what kind of gift it's got. Alright, how it works. Try the product. These products are yours to try for 14 days, starting on the day they were delivered, so yesterday. Love it or return it. If you love them, keep it. If you shockingly don't, visit Il Makiage return. Then I can return it. So apparently I can do that. And it's got this 70% of women get foundation wrong, which is probably right. Apply 2 pumps to your entire face and join neckline. Blend out with a brush or sponge, not by hand. So I've got a sponge over here. I cleaned it yesterday. A little pink spongy makeup sponge. Wait 5 minutes for foundation to set before checking the shade. So I have a feeling it'll probably be a bit like it probably sets in, so it's probably gonna be like a bit dry and then a bit wet and then all dry, like a bit moist and then all dry in, I assume. Number 4, don't match your neck or wrists, they're different tone than your face. And finish your face with concealer, blush and bronzer. I don't really have concealers, I don't use concealers, just because again, I've got issues with using the wrong concealers and that. And I'll probably use a blush. Wear for a full week to determine if it's perfect for you. Okay, so I've got 2 weeks anyways before I can return it. So I've got 2 things. This is the foundation. Work up like this. It's called Il Makiage. It's like in a black and it's got a bit of tape on the side. Tear that off. The most reviewed foundation online. I see, flawless base foundation. So I think they were also asking, sorry I don't speak low maintenance. That is funny. I love it. Here it is. Well, in reality, makeup is never low maintenance anyways. Buy a brush, sure, you need to clean it up before you use it and everything, hygiene and everything. So work up like this, flawless base foundation. It's 060. Oh, don't know if you can see it. It's on the bottom, it says 060. I don't know. You can see, maybe not. But anyways, let's try it on. So I've already washed my face. I've had a shower and everything. I've popped some primer on, and this is the extra bit that they added. It's an ink liner. Il Makiage, I might try it on. Ink liner black. Let's see how it is. It's pretty cute. I have a feeling I've seen this actually before. Yeah. So it's like that's got a fine tip. I don't know if this is the one that you need a pump or something, or it just works straight up, just like open and pop it on. But we'll see. So the main bit, put my hair away from my face. And then, so I've got the primer on, just because I wasn't sure if this is going to be too dry or but I did put my preference as a matte. I've got a mirror on the left side here, so I'm just looking through there. I got the music, listening it through instead of the speaker. Okay, so what did he say? Pump it. Is it 2 pumps? I read it somewhere. Yep. 2 pumps on your entire face and draw neckline. So I usually watch this tip where you pump it on to your hand first. Oh, it's a bit brown. It's a bit brown, then looks a bit white on the camera, but it's actually a bit brownish. I thought it would be too white. It's a bit different on the camera, but fix our camera over here. It's actually pretty impressive how much brown it is. I'm only going to do 1 pump just because my face is so small. I really don't use that much. So, that's crazy. It is true. I'm going to come up a bit closer. That's insane. I'm already I can just tell whether the foundation is either too oily or too dry. And this one, it's more natural too, and that's usually my go-to. It's a bit more natural. Okay, I've got a little bit of pinkish over there. I'm just gonna try and cover that one up. I'm actually digging this. Okay, I probably need to pump more. That was not enough. I think I forget that I am using a makeup sponge. And it sometimes just goes in the actual sponge. That is so nice too, because this is my go-to. It's more like natural, no cakey, not oily. Something that actually doesn't makes my pores even bigger. And that's exactly what it's not doing. It's not actually making my pores even more defined. This is I'm so curious how they make, I mean, not that I know what the other foundation actually make, but I don't know if you can see the difference. I should have taken a shot of before and after. This is really good. You know what? I'm starting to think that maybe from now on, I will be wearing foundation. I really have never used foundation before just because of those issues, as I said, but this one is going good. I just don't know how long term though, say the whole day, how it's gonna go, whether it's gonna go oily or cakey or probably blend it properly. How good is that? Pop it on my eyelids. Got a bit of extra on my hand still. That's why I don't do pumps. I think I did 2.5. I should have just followed the instruction, guys. That's why there's instructions. I'm already loving it. I'm like just getting excited. I should have done like a close-up. Like, it's not fully covering my things over there and over there as well, but I guess that's what the concealer is for. And I love how it's just natural. Like, it's not fully changing my complexion, like as if I've just, you know, like, I don't like full thickness coverage. I just like mild. Like this one, I like the natural look. And this is what it's giving me. So what I'm actually gonna do is, I don't have the fan on, I'm gonna leave that on, see what it's gonna, because it's summer right now in Australia, and I'm gonna see if it's actually gonna make my face oily, or, you know, when there's like creases and it like has a line and everything, especially around here when I smile. So what I will have to do is I will be playing Mobile Legends for a couple of hours. I'll be streaming and then see if it works. That's really nice. I love it. I love it overall. Like the first impression, because usually when I pop some foundation on, I can already see my dry skin just like starting to stand up, start to like peel off, and it's disgusting. That's why I don't use foundation. But that's awesome, and the color is so even. It is quite pricey, but I think it's worth the price. That's the one there. Bit of beads over here. Alright. So I might as well actually finish with the makeup look than just like leaving with the foundation and everything. I'm gonna try that eyeliner. I really never went good with eyeliners before. I always only just use my black foundation just to put a little bit of wing line on my lid. As I said, I'm not a foundation person. I'm not a makeup person. I do my eyeshadows and that's a little bit it, pretty much. So I'm not going to tell you guys what I do with my eyeshadow, because I don't do nothing. I do a little bit, and I'm no expert or anything. I can show you how to do it, but it's really simple. I only use 2 colors. I'm pretty boring with the colors I put on my eyelids. But actually today we might use, we will use the gold one. This one, for my skin, this one is a 18 Vertical Color Palette Mix 1 by BYS. So I've used a few, actually I should open it up because my lid is so disgusting, it's dirty. So these are the colors. And I use this brownish gold one. When I put it on my eyelids, it's actually a bit lighter. I'll show you what I mean. So as I said, do a bit of tapping, get rid of the excess on your brush. And so don't put too much. I don't really tap all the time, but if I can see like on the brush that there's like a clump left over there, then I do tap. And then I just put it on. So I've been watching videos of how people actually do their makeup. I've noticed people do the base first, blend it out, and then start coloring this one. I'm the odd one out. I do the opposite. I don't know why, but is there an actual really law for makeup? I mean, there probably is style-wise, but I do this one first, and then I do the creases, and then I go back on this one. Maybe, I think I do that one is because on the outside part of it, like when I do the creases first and like the base and everything, when I pop the top like this gold one, it doesn't really like shine out, like it doesn't really show the colors much. So I know people use like the liquid eyeshadow instead, so it actually stays there and it stands out. But in my case, that's just what works for me. And then I use the same brush. I just sort of like wipe the excess off on my skin, or maybe on the foundation a little bit because it's a bit, oh, it's actually not even wet. I would assume, because usually it's like moist on that bit. I sometimes just do that. It's kind of disgusting. But it's sort of like not all the way in, but I just sort of like tap, 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 or like lightly brush it just to get rid of like the little powder left on the brush. And make it a bit more sticky for the eyeshadow, I guess. But I'm just trying to see whether I should use the caramel or the Wanderer. I'll probably do a bit of caramel and then a Wanderer on top, and then the chocolate on the outer bit. Just do a little bit of smoky-ish, but not really that smoky. So then I start doing the crease. So I'm doing that Wanderer. Oh, this one is matte BYS Shadow, by the way, palette. And I don't know if they have they don't have this like 1, 2, 3. This one just says matte. And they're the colors on the back there. And we have like the white one, Fusion, which is like sort of beige down to brown, and then the black one. So I've got that Wanderer on. As you can see, it's a bit I love how that base actually, that foundation actually makes it a little bit of a primer on my eyelid as well. And I'm gonna mix it up with the caramel. Make it a bit more like brownish tone, orangey, so it's not too sort of dark purple brown. I don't know if it's focusing good, but in my camera it shows that it's a bit darker than the actual one in the camera, I mean in the mirror. It's like more pigmented, but I'll fix that one up. It looks ridiculous right now, but I'll fix that one up. I usually just like make a mistake and then fix it a bit later. But also I have noticed that with my makeup, without like, I usually put eyeshadow without anything on it, without any primer, lotions or anything, or moisturizer, and so it's a bit more lighter in color, but now it's really dark, so I'm just sort of like, whoa. But we'll work out with it. It'll work out. I don't know if the focus is good. And my left eye to my right eye is never the same. I feel like I put too much dark stuff on there. More than my left one. It's always the case. Even if I put too little on my right one, it pops it out more than my left one. I think it's because of how different my lids are. Like, they're never twins. As people say, they're sisters, not twins. Okay. And then after that one, I'm gonna use a different brush. Use this pink brush my sister gave me. She's got like huge, like heaps of brushes, huge amount of brushes, and she just had an extra. So I don't really have much of the eyeshadow blending brush much. And so when she asked me, she's like, oh, you can take one or two. I was like, well, I'll just take one, which I'm lacking, which is the blender. And it's a lot softer than the brushes I use as well. So it's super nice when I'm using it. So I just blended out this one. I'm also wanting to I've been wanting to buy the, what's it called? The magnetic. I've been seeing this next one in Instagram. It's like that magnetic one that you like clip on your eyelash and it just stays on there. It's not the one that you put in ink. I have the one that like you use an eyeliner, stick it on there, and then you like magnetize the eyelashes, but it's just too tricky for me to do that. I've never really been into the false lashes. My sister sort of like just influenced me with it, and so I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna try because it's so nice. She demonstrated it to my auntie, and I kind of just like got excited about it. So she gave me one that I've been trying on, but it takes so long, like such a long time to put it on. So I'm like, I'm just gonna probably stay away from it for a little, because if I do the magnet wrong, the eyeliner wrong, then it doesn't stick properly. Oh, I got a bit of sore lip over there. It's just bursted out a little bit. Anyways, if I put the eyeliner wrong, then it doesn't stick. The eyelash actually doesn't stick on real well. So what I do is I try, like, so I put the ink on, magnetize it, and then when it doesn't stick well, it dries up. It's too late because I think you have to put it on whilst it's moist. So I put it on whilst it's moist, and then it gets detached, and so the magnet then comes off my lid, sticks to the actual magnet of the eyelash, and it's just kind of like floating in the air. So I have to like lift it up, try and put another eyeliner and stick it back on. It's like a messy process. So I kind of stayed away from it. And I've just been using mascara. So I don't know if I blended that out well enough. So that's that. And then I put a tiny bit of brown on it. Just a little. So the gold is still there, which is good. So I'll put a tiny bit of brown. It's the chocolate on the palette over here. So just a tiny bit. So I just whip it on the side like an eyeliner, and then do the same thing on the left side. I usually just focus on one because I already dabbed a little bit of too much on my brush, so I put it on the left. And then whatever's left over, then I just blend it on my crease as well. And sweep it back and forth until it's pretty blended out. I'm just going to lightly dab on the chocolate again. I find that it gives a bit more shadow, especially for the eyeliner and the mascara. I think I put too much brown on here. No, it's not the same. Sort of is, sort of isn't. It's okay. If something wrong happens and if you're not sure, if you're unhappy, always blend. That's what I learned. Always blend. Especially this one. I'm going to blend a lot of that because that's really too brown. Whereas this one's a bit lighter. Okay, enough with that. Because right now what I actually do need to do is to sort of not get rid of it, but like make it a bit more less than put more. So I don't know if you can see on my nose, a little bit on the left here, my skin, dry skin started to peel. Not as bad as I usually get normally, but it's a bit raining at the moment, so it's starting to pour now. So as you can see, the gold is sort of not there anymore. I don't know if you can see. It's still there, but it's not as pigmented as it was when I started. So I guess that's why people do it at last. But I already like that there's already a sort of a base on that area over there before I do anything. Okay. Just trying to see. I don't have like really good lighting on the. Yeah, it's still a bit dark on this one, isn't it? Compared to the left one. Yeah, a little, just a little. And so after then, if I have so much on that side, which I do, and that bit of edge, what I like doing is on the Pure, I used to use the Fusion one, but on the Pure, Color Pure, I just sort of use that to not erase, but slightly conceal whatever. I don't know if it's working. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. That's alright. Because half the time I don't like how it's like, that's kind of going out. And as I said, I only do my makeup not professionally. I do it almost like as if my face is an art, like whatever I think looks good, that's what I do. And makeup do take time. It does take time. I don't like how it takes time, but it does. It's a bit too dark on that side. Okay. So that's that, I guess, enough with that one. And then the last bit, well, not really the last step, but just gonna a bit more. Last step of the eyeshadow bit, I guess. I like to make that gold pop a bit. See how on the right one, it's a bit more blended out. I don't know if it's how I like, but like I'm looking at the screen at the moment to have a look at my color over here. I can see the brown bit on this area, but when I'm looking in the mirror, I can't see it. I can see it on the right one, I can see it on the left one. When I look in the mirror, I mean on the camera screen, I can see it, so I don't know. Maybe it's just, I know I put it on there, but it just doesn't seem like I have put it on there. And I just finish it again with some blending, so there's no harsh lines. Alright, the part that I'm scared to do. Actually, I might even do my brows first, but the part that I'm about to do is the eyeliner, which I'm not very good at. And on my brows, let me focus that up. On my brows, I actually use eyeshadows. I don't know how bad that is, but I do use my eyeshadow palette. And then, so I have that, there you go, the labeling is a lot clearer. So I have the Intrigue. I sometimes use the Intrigue, which is this second to the last, or the black one. Depends on how I'm feeling. If I'm more of like a dark lippy, then I do a dark eyeshadow. I mean eyebrows, like eyeshadow color for my eyebrows. So, but right now I won't. So I'm using this angled eyeliner brush. I got given this by my best friend, and it's Eco Tools. I've been using this for ages, probably for 2017, since 2017, 18 and 20. So 5 years now. I thought it was 5 years, but I thought it might have been like just 4, so I had to count. So for 5 years now, and I've been washing them and everything. There was a point where I washed it, left it in the washing machine, and it started like discoloring and having some spots and that. I washed it again. I'm pretty sure it's probably disgusting, but shouldn't have said anything. Shouldn't have said anything. Sometimes ignorance is bliss. Anyway, don't judge me. So with this one, what I like doing is I already got a line over there, but if I'm going to start from the bottom, then I start brushing my hair towards the top. And then I start lining, like making a line. I don't really, my mistake sometimes is I go all the way on the bottom line, and then the black powder goes at the bottom of my eyebrows. So what I do now is to go above the actual line of my eyebrows. And then I push it up, so I don't like it being dragged down. And so that's for the bottom. And then on the top, now it's a bit darker. I'm going to blend it out a bit later. So then I push the hair down, and then I just line the top. And I don't really need to line much of the top, just because it's already thicker on the top than the bottom. And then I just fill the rest in the middle. If it's too dark, I just brush it out to make it blend. I don't know if I made any difference with it, but did it not? I have no idea. My face is sort of like it shallows from here, so it pushes, like, you know how like I'm supposed to have feeling over here so I can see my eyebrows, but I'm like skinny at the temple, so I don't know. People are born unique, babes. Everyone's not the same, so really shouldn't be comparing. It is what it is. I need to pluck some of my hair. Make it a bit cleaner so it's easy for me to know where my line goes. And I don't really like, I was looking at how to like maintain your eyebrows. People like brush it up and cut it, or brush it down and cut it. I don't like doing that because I am actually depending on my lens, on the lens of my eyebrows, because they're not as big as some people out there has got it good. So if I cut it, it's gonna go thin on me. It's not gonna be as dark. Not really dark, but like it's not gonna shape my eyebrows. It's good. So that's how I do with my eyebrows. I'm just trying to help it line it. At the end, I don't think I did it well on this side. But to fix it, I just use the Pure again from my eyeshadow matte palette. And I just dab it under there. Keep it neat. I really do need to pluck some of my hair. Just to make it a bit more defined. Like my line on my eyebrows more defined. But I always like the natural look. I don't really like going overboard where my eyelashes looks like, my eyebrows looks like a tattoo. I'm not as confident to go ahead with that one unless probably one day I'm gonna go into a fancy event. Then sure, I'll consider it. But okay, this is the scary part. I'm gonna use this one now. I can never do it right on my left and my right. So I'm gonna do a really thin one and see if that works. I like it. I've never been good with eyeliners, but this helps a lot. The fine tip helps a lot. And I love how it's not a brush, because sometimes the brush actually, like when it makes contact with your skin, it then bends and then makes the line a bit harder to perfect. But this one, there's not a paid sponsorship, by the way. It's just something that I thought I'd made a content of, and I didn't even know the eyeliner would be coming too. I'm just commenting on it as I go. And so far so good. I need to keep a still hand. So I don't know if I messed that up. I'm going to keep it a bit. I'm going to keep it thin. They were talking about, oh no, that's what I did. I blinked my eye, drew a little curve on that. How am I going to fix it? They were talking about how you're supposed to do a triangle. I need to learn it, so I'm gonna have to do it thick because of that little mistake over there. Oh no, I messed it up. Completely. What am I gonna do? Okay. Where is that color? Oh, it's here. I was gonna say, I thought I put it on my lap, and that's right where it is. Okay. See if I can get a Q-tip and fix it up. I'll be back. Couldn't find a Q-tip, but it's not where it's usually is. But it's okay, we'll try and fix it. I'm actually loving it. How natural it actually looks. So hopefully it's still wet. What I'll do, actually I'm going to try and smudge it a little and see if it works. Oh no, cause it's high quality, one of those things that it actually doesn't come off as easy. So I'm probably going to have to wet it. There you are. How smudged is it? I mean, I guess the time actually makes it a bit longer for the makeup to sit on my skin. I'm gonna have to really wet it, see if it comes off. I feel like it's sort of waterproof, but not really. It's not coming off totally. But It's still there, isn't it? It's so obvious. I can't conceal it. What are we gonna do? Just ignore it's there. No, I'm kidding. It's really difficult to ignore such thing. So what I'm gonna do, I might actually just do the same thing on the left one instead. Just smudge it out and make it into a more of a blended winged line. Like the whole dark thing comes off, but the base color, it's a bit difficult to remove. Yeah. Pressing pretty hard here. Where my eyeshadow is actually almost coming off. So, just gonna have to retouch my eyeshadow and then I'll gonna have to use my, I'm gonna have to do a lot of practices to actually use it really well, my eyeshadow. So for today I'm just gonna have to use my old way of putting an eyeliner on, which is pretty much my eyeshadow. Imagine how long I'm actually doing this, almost an hour, just on the eyeshadow. How much more if I'm gonna have to put makeup on in real life. But oh well. Oh well, oh well. I'm gonna use this other eyeliner, angled eyeliner brush. It's actually a bit thicker. The other one is more like concentrated. The hair is more concentrated, like a little bit more compact with a bit more edgy. Like the edge is really sharp, whereas with this one it's only a tiny bit, I don't know if you can see it, it's a bit more tiny bit and a bit like, it's not as long and it's a bit more like thick in the middle, almost like a lip liner, but it isn't. It's an angled eyeliner brush. So if I show you the other one, if I can find it, here's a comparison. So like applying, it's actually sharper. It's sharper, maybe you can see. But like it gives a sharper like, so this one gives a bit of a sharper, brown one gives a bit of a sharper line, like I did on my eyebrows. Whereas this one, when you apply it on, it's a bit more like thick application of the product. I'm just gonna grab my eyeshadow, use a black suit, it's cold, and then I'm just gonna apply over. that's the finish of it. So I've just been meeting you guys because my dog's been barking and growling and everything. So I've just been shushing them. And then I have this other brush. It's a defining eye brush by e.l.f. It's like an angled eye brush, but it's like fluffy and thick. So what I do with this one is just blend it. I use it to blend it a bit, make it a bit more smooth, not too edgy on the black line. Hoping my eyeshadow color is actually still there, the gold. But guess I'll just go with it is what it is. And since I'm wearing the brown one, hopefully I'm going to try and use a bit of a brownish eyeliner. So I have two different things that I sometimes put. I usually just focus on my eyeliner, the bottom eyeliner here. But sometimes I do put on my waterline as well. So today I'm just going to be a bit more fancy, use a bit more color on the waterline as well. I use the same thing. I just pretty much like wipe the excess on my skin again, and you can see a bit of black line coming off it. Or sometimes if I still have these one, then I wipe it on there instead. Get rid of the excess black product, and then I use the chocolate of the eyeshadow everything that I use for my eyes, eyeliner, everything is just this matte BOIS eyeshadow palette. So I'm going to use a chocolate color, which is the dark color I used on my crease. I'm just going to use it to line. My eyeliner. I don't know if you can see the difference, but it's a bit nicer too, because when I use the wet moist pad, like facial pad that I used just then it's like a bit more, there's more product to put, like the brush, there's more product that the brush takes from the palette and then puts on my eyeliner. I said something wrong with my vision on the left side. I always can't seem to see it as clear. No, I'm kidding, I don't really have vision issues. But I am short-sighted. So, if naturally, what I figured, that's why I started using products on my waterline, is because when I'm doing my eyeshadow, gold eyeshadow, it sometimes naturally just falls on my waterline. Like I can see it right now, a little bit of it. So then I just fill it up. You can even see a bit on the bottom as well. So what I do is I just fill it up with some more. So right now, instead of using the gold, I will probably use, oh, I don't have it in here. I'll probably just try and use the gold then. I usually use a bit of darker, like sort of bronzy color, which completes the look. But I guess the gold one should be about the same. So just dab it on, and you should be able to see the difference. I can see the difference now, but maybe on like lighting angles you'll be able to see. I just dab it on the outer one. I don't really dab it right in where I can feel on my eyeballs, and then my eyeball starts getting like irritated and scratchy. So I just put it on the outer one, and then it usually just falls off eventually during the day. I love how glittery this is. And with the amount that I'm keeping my makeup, I really should, I don't really use makeup as much, so I really should, like, you know how they said you should change your makeup every the amount of time that it says on the bottom. It says in here 12 months on the back. Again, don't ask me how long I've had this one for. I don't really use it as much, so I don't see the point of buying new ones. But like hygienic wise, I'm gonna guess it's probably best that you change it every time, especially I'm putting it on my eyes. And then I'm just gonna put a bit more purple because my lips starting to crack. And drink more water. Stay hydrated, guys. Especially wherever you are, turning winter or summer. Dryness time, you know, turning to dryness. Yeah, okay, some lip balm, just some purple with aloe vera ointment over here. My foundation is still there. I've started to see a bit of like more moisture on there, but I'm not sure if it was the moisture or my eyeshadow just kind of sort of shining. But I love how matte, how natural it actually looks. It still doesn't really look too dry. It's a bit like dewy look, which I like. It's a bit shiny on like the teaser. I don't really need to put highlighters or anything, but you can see like as if I have highlighters around my face, but I don't. It's the foundation. I just noticed that actually. Some extra bit that I noticed from it. So that's that. I'm gonna finish off with my mascara for my eyes. And then I'll put some lippy. And I guess that's about it. I guess I've showed you guys my routine of makeup as well. So this makeup, I mean this is like 2-in-1 content. Il Makiage and the makeup. I don't know how I feel about that eyeliner over there. It's just a bit smudged out now. Probably have to like do a bit of fixing in that in a sec. So.
I have an idea, and I want to know what the average man thinks about it. When we find out what he thinks, we'll change his thinking. Change his thinking. Magnificent.
My left one is not staying up, it's starting to straighten. Keeping it curled. Okay. Maybe, maybe not. I usually don't put mascara on my bottom one. Just because it's a bit weird, like gets long on the bottom. I guess it's gonna be cute, but can't be bothered right now. So that's it. I've got a trick with my lip liner. So I've got this Macaro Beauty that my sister gave me. It's a bit reddish. I was supposed to get the dark one, but this one I got, I guess. This one stains pretty well. So I don't really put much because what I like doing is I like changing it into, so I put my lipstick on, I don't leave it on. I like, as I said, I like the natural look, so then I just do, when that's done, I take a bit of tissue. Blend it up. And then to get rid of a bit of a excess. So whatever's left then, it's a bit more. More sort of natural in a way. Not on the top one, I guess, but bottom one's a bit too brown, too dark. Top one's a bit too brown. That's okay. I'll leave it as that. I like the look. I don't know how you like it. So get rid of the clip. Finished with everything. I need to wash my hands. Probably wipe it with the excess tissue over here. And then, so that is the look. I actually haven't popped. I brought out this matte finish. I thought just in case, because I've already put a primer on, and then it might actually be a bit too dewy, so I've put a matte finish, just powder, just put it on. But I like how it is. It's not too moist. So I'm gonna leave it as that. I don't need any excess powder to put on. I was gonna put a bit of bronzer, but I don't have my bronzer here right now. So that is that. Now I'm gonna play a bit of ML and see how it goes. So I will end my stream right here. I will have to edit my stream video and probably concise it into more of a 10-minute video and post it on YouTube and see how it goes. But yeah, thank you. I don't know if you guys are watching, but thank you anyways. This is my stream signing out from Noelle. See ya.